Right, good morning from Pleasurewood Hills. I mean, I was in this neck of the woods yesterday at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, so it'd be rude not to. Now, when I was here last year, I missed out on a few of the credits because, well, I had an 8-hour drive and I had to leave. So I didn't get on Cannonball Express and I didn't get on Marble Madness. I will not be getting on Cannonball Express because it is SB&O all year. However, they have introduced 4 new attractions this year. That big wheel was not here last year, the Starflyer was not here last year, and I believe there's like a wacky worm and maybe a spinning mouse. It's possibly an extra couple of creds that I need to get. I also have found this man again. He's busy chatting because, you know, he likes being...
Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it? We're talking about parks.
Yeah, lose it or you use it, because I've
just said that wrong.
Whatever. I've just asked these 3 here. Have you been here before? No, they haven't.
That's it. You've got to get around all the parks and support them. And you probably know that's what I am doing this year. I'm trying to get to at least 30 parks around the UK, and I'm already quite a bit into that journey, so make sure you're subscribed for all the parks that have still to come. Right, I don't know where we're going to start, but yeah, let's go and get on something, shall we? Right, we're going to go and start on Wipeout, but they do have a train. In fact, I think Andy was saying they have 2 trains. I didn't do the trains last year. If you've seen that vlog, I was on the clock, as I think I've said. So I skipped a few things. But the park shuts at 4 o'clock today, and I fly home at 10, so I have plenty of time to get on everything that I possibly can. Maybe not the log flume because I got absolutely drenched on that last time. But as I say, we're going to start here on Wipeout, which Andy's never done. So a new cred for him. I have been on it, but we'll get on it again. I can't remember, did you go on it last year?
I did not, and I'm not doing it this year either.
So much for being a cred hunter this one, eh?
No, I'm not.
Deary me. Right, anyway, I'll see you on Wipeout. Right, let's go on Wipeout. I've still got no voice. If you've watched my vlogs lately, and constantly vlogging's not helping it. Right, let's go and get on this. As I say, new cred for Andy, who's chatting because that's what he does. And I'll see you on there. Oh! Hey! Oh! Whee! Oh! Oh!
Better than before.
Oh! Oh! Wow!
Oh my God!
Whoa!
So intense! Oh, much better! So you'd hit your head apart. Oh, yeah!
I started off there on Wipeout. That was better than I remember it being. I had memories of those restraints being rather uncomfortable, but they were actually okay. So either I've changed shape or I've just got a terrible memory, I'm not sure which. Andy enjoyed it. He definitely thinks that it's much better with that train than it used to be. And it's reasonably smooth. There's a wee bit of a jolt in that Cobra roll. Other than that, it's not bad. I don't know if it's next, but we will get on the big wheel because I suspect we'll get some cracking views from up there. That and the Starflyer are 2 things that I guarantee I'm not getting Carly anywhere near. So anyway, I'll confer with Mr. Rumney and we'll figure out what is next, and I'll see you on there. Right, I think we're on the way to Marble Madness, which is one of the credits I didn't get, but Carly just pointed out one of my bugbears when I go to a park is I've kind of learned my mistake is not to wait and expect breakfast in a park. But these guys do have breakfast rolls, bacon rolls, etc. More often than not, you struggle to find something for breakfast in a park, so I'll usually grab a croissant or a McDonald's on the way, but they do have some. Although I actually think somebody said you can get a bacon roll in Blackpool, which I've never done. So anyway, we are off to Marble Madness, aren't we, Mr. Rumney?
Yeah, we wanted to do it first. I can't get people that come to parks that have never been before and they go on log flumes first, though. You know who you are. What do you think? Get on Wipeout. Come to a park, get all the creds done first, and the unique rides, and do log flumes later.
Absolutely.
On your way home.
Aye, exactly, when you're soaking wet.
Soaking
right,
wet.
Let's go and do Marble Madness is running and people are on it, which is more than was the case when I was here last year. And I think, Andy, you were saying this used to be at Flamingo Land, where Hero now is.
Yeah, and everyone complained and said they got rid of the wrong coaster.
Why would you replace? I mean, I've not been on this yet, but it can't be as bad as Hero.
Being brutally honest, it's not the best Maura wild mouse there is out there. The brakes are a bit sharp on it, so you've got to brace yourself for that. They have done it up recently, so a good friend of ours, Charlotte and Martin, they're VIPs of this park, so they came earlier and took some photographs, and they've changed the cars, so the cars are slightly different. I think they repainted the track as well.
I'm sure there's some theming at the entrance as well that wasn't there before.
We'll go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I'll see you over there. Right, there's a bit of a queue for this one, and I've got a sneaking suspicion that this is new theming, because I'm sure they put it up on their socials as if to say, like, this is new. I might be wrong, but I believe they have done some stuff. Andy thinks they've slightly re-themed the trains in terms of a new wrap on them, etc. So we'll get on this one, I'll get a POV, and I'll let you know what it's like when I get off. Oh! I think there's a +1 then, because I did not get on that last season. It was actually alright, it was a bit of fun, but it's a bit rough in the corners, and those trim brakes are aggressive, properly slammed into them. In fact, if I put clips in, you'll hear Andy and I. Andy was like, oh, my internal organs. Ow! Exactly that, yes, that's exactly what he did. Right, but I'll see you on whatever's next.
Dark ride.
Dark ride. All right. Well, this was rubbish last year, but I know they've done a lot of work to it. So curious to see what it's like this season. Right, that's rootin' tootin' done. For the first half of that, I was just getting a POV and I didn't bother shooting. And then I decided to shoot, and I still got a better score than Carly.
No, you didn't. It was broken.
It was broken. Yours was broken.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Right, what are we doing next, Andy?
Miniature train about to send over there.
Well, maybe we'll go and do that then. Right, I'll see you somewhere. Right, you know me, cred's a cred. And they've got a new wacky worm. So let's go and get on this. Get the old POV.
Shameful
get the cred. Shameful cred. What's wrong with the shameful cred? Right, let's go and do this, and I'll see you on it or after it. One of the two. This is snug, like properly snug. I'm curious if Mr. Rumney's going to get in. He's
We'll see.
You going to manage, Andy? Oh, he's in. He's in. Happy days. Bit snug. Right, that's a shameless cred done. I mean, you can tell it's a travelling one because, well, the loading station is actually the bed of a lorry. Yeah, I mean, nothing special. Andy was saying it's one of the smoother ones, which is true. It's just a shame that the restraints are very, very restrictive.
What are you on about with these restraints? They're the best restraints on any coaster in the world, mate. They're not.
No, they're really
not. The amount of times
really
I've moaned about them restraints on that company that made that coaster, they are the worst restraints in the world. If you're on a larger site, even just a tall person,
you're an adult, yeah,
you can't get on it.
Yeah, family coaster, and yet the family struggles to fit on it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If that was at a fun fair where I rode it last time with the Hoppins, the showman just look at you and you don't even have to put it down.
I had that when I was in Ocean Beach last week. The guy went, I don't care. And I was like,
and
okay.
Because it's now a theme park and the rules, I mean, the staff are doing a great job. She's even got an earpiece in her ear and she's making sure it's all done. So the staff here so far have done a really good job.
Absolutely.
Under the new ownership, but the fun fair's got a lot of stick. You see any accidents on a ride anywhere in the world, it's always on a fun fair ride. Most of the time in India or China or somewhere like that. So the showmen in the UK, along with the European showmen, they're on top form with the
Absolutely.
safety.
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's now in a theme park. They've
got to do.
So if you are bigger than me and Chris, I mean, we're not. I wouldn't say we're the biggest of guys going, but we're not small guys either.
We could shed a few pounds.
And we struggle. If you're any taller than us, you've got no chance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Right, we've just missed the train again, Andy.
I know, but other than that, it's a really good Caterpillar. Really smooth. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. See you in a minute. Right, they do have these sort of shoot things with the inflatable boats, but if I'm not mistaken, last time I did this, you can only do it with 2 people. And this man's a big softie, so he's not likely to do it.
I will.
Will you?
Well, it's a walk-on. I don't mind dinghy slides. I just don't want to share because we'll end up flying into those trees over there.
We will overshoot for sure. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. You might see us on it.
Yeah, do you know these collaboration YouTubers that have started popping up? Mm-hmm. Cold Mash is one of them.
Right.
And we should start our own.
Absolutely.
I don't know what we'd call it though. 2 short, fat blokes. I don't know. what do you get when you cross an Englishman and a Scotsman with camera? No idea. Comment down below if you want.
International fatties, how about that?
Nah.
Right, let's go and do something. Yeah, definitely needs 2 people, so let's see if we can fit in this, shall we? As Andy says, we'll probably go flying right off the end. This could be interesting. Yeah, apparently the boats are a little bit on the soggy side, so yeah.
You could shake them out, couldn't they?
They really could, he doesn't, he just takes
towel.
Yeah. Right, well, this is a terrible idea. see you on there. Ah, What? Right, that was a lot of fun. Although my camera's back to being a pain in the backside and it just cut out halfway through. Thankfully Carly was filming off-ride, so yeah, we almost overshot the runway at the end.
Right, wasn't it?
That was great. The only thing was Andy had a go at the guy. Well, not a go. He had a word with the guy because he wasn't even attempting to take any water out of the boat.
No.
So, I mean, I am slightly wet, but it would have been a lot worse if Andy hadn't said, tip that out, will you?
Well, I did say to him, I said, you better tip the water out before we get in it because I don't want to get a wet bum. I mean, I've got like whitish sort of coloured shorts on, and there was probably half a cup of water, like probably a handful of water in the boat.
Yeah.
And I said, he put it on the conveyor, and I said, go on, mate, tip it out.
Yeah.
They should provide him with like towels or something like that. Because nobody wants to get in the wet boat if you don't actually get that wet on the ride.
No,
so the first thing you get is wet before you've
even started.
So, yeah, they need to wipe it out a bit more. Other than that,
what was the airtime like?
Amazing. I just watched my POV back. The staff here are doing a great job, by the way.
Are.
It's just the odd little things here and there. Obviously, like this closed bit in front of us here.
It's a former Castle Theatre, whatever that used to be.
Yeah, they actually had a scare maze underneath it when we came a few years. That was really terrifying because it was really low. You had to crawl on your hands and knees. I hated that.
Nice.
But no, the park's looking really nice and fresh.
Absolutely.
The staff are doing a great job. It's so cheap. I don't care. Like,
you know,
cheapest park in the UK. £18.75 online.
And that's the thing, right? Because we were saying, I don't know if I've said it on mine yet, but we were talking earlier about how the company that's taken over, they've said that Cannonball Express is SB&O this year, and obviously if they can get enough money they will invest in doing whatever they need to do.
Yeah.
18 quid a ticket though is so cheap, I'm not sure they're going to make a lot of money.
20 quid would have been enough.
Do you know what I mean?
25 on the day, which is what it is.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. But, you know, it's interesting to see what the future holds for this place.
Yeah, you've got to bear in mind the park hasn't been open that long yet either, under the new owners.
They're not going to change it overnight, so it's going to take some time. But
if you've never been to places like this before, you need to come and support them. I know Chris is doing his mega UK tour this year. Just if you see things you like, if he doesn't have to have B&M coasters and Intamin launch coasters to be a good park. For me, it's all about the atmosphere and the quality of the rides, the presentation, the staff,
absolutely,
and just the general public. If the people are nice walking around, you have a nice time. Weather as well. It is a nice park here. They've got some unique stuff.
Absolutely, and that's it. We've lost too many parks lately, and I really don't want to see any more disappear. So support your local parks. Right, we're heading towards Egg-Spress, which is an odd little coaster. So we'll go down that way, and we'll see you there.
Tivoli.
Absolutely, with absolutely no clearance zone.
Okay, so let's
whack. Right, there's this is their next coaster to go in. This is, I believe, this is a Spinning Mouse, Revisham Spinning Mouse coaster. Obviously, it's all sitting here ready to be put back together again. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I don't know if that will be later this season or next season. But you know, that's the thing when you get these travelling showmen that take over the parks. They've obviously got a catalogue of rides that they can bring along and boost the park temporarily. So yeah, curious to see when this comes along and whether it's going to be a permanent addition or just something temporary until they can do something bigger.
Another coaster cred for him, but it's not running. It's not even been built yet, but yeah, Revisham Spinning Mouse. So keep an eye out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to go on Egg-Spress, but from what I've heard, it used to be 2 laps. Well, I know it was 2 laps because I did it. It's now 1 lap. And apparently they're loading every second row, which makes no sense. So we'll go and get on this. It's a ridiculously long train, big long Zero Tivoli, and if they are loading every second row, this could take a while. But I'll take you along, and we'll see what it's like. Right, there we go. So, as I say, I don't know why they've changed it from 2 laps to just 1 lap. It's really weird. I was sitting in the front there, obviously, and you kind of crawl over some bits, and then when the rest of the train catches up, off you go. So, yeah, that was good. Right, I don't know. Mr. Rumney's in front of me. I'll catch up with him, and we'll go and do something else. Right, we'll come on the wee chairlift, which wasn't running last year when I was here. I managed to coax Carly on. Not happy, but we will get some views off the rides as we go past. Hopefully they actually run when we get close.
Don't drop the bag.
I won't drop the bag or the camera, don't worry dear. I'm a professional. Hey!
Professional what? A blue sun. Hope the blue sun stays out.
Whoa! Right, if you saw yesterday's vlog from Great Yarmouth, I went, oh, blue sunshine. Of course,
And
this one picks up on every mistake that I make.
what did you say this morning about who was here?
Oh, instead of saying Dan and Steph, I said San and Def. So if you're watching Dan and Steph, yeah, San and Def. I'm ill, okay? Give me a break. Right. See you in a minute. Right, this is a little bit mental because it actually hit the trees. Like, they've not cut them back at all. So,
Hello.
yeah.
You having fun?
Carly's currently on the phone to her sister because she's slightly freaking out. And even her sister watching it is like, nope, nope, nope. Like, okay, we're not that high up. I mean, look.
We are.
We're just...
We're wussies.
We're just... Yeah, you are a wuss. We're just... Oh, yeah. Tree growing in the middle of a building. That's those little giddy up thing. We did one of them yesterday in Great Yarmouth. So, right. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that I keep hitting trees. See you in a minute. Enjoy that, Andy?
We got treed.
That's ridiculous, eh?
Yeah, yeah, it caught the bottom of the gondola and we went backwards.
Oh dear.
Get the hedge trimmers out.
Trying to get Andy on this. Yeah, my favourite ride, of course it is. The Zamperla cheese toasty maker. These things are not comfortable at all. But, you know. You up for it, Andy?
No, you're alright. It's already going, so I can't be bothered waiting for the next cycle. Yeah. How many people are on it? One person.
One person.
Yeah, one. Never done one. Not interested. No, thank you. Zamperla, stop making rubbish rides.
Absolutely. These are really popular in America, though. When we were over there,
they were everywhere.
Yeah.
You had started up a new coast, like a new count for these, didn't you? Every park had them in America, and they
just don't make any sense.
What's the point of it? It's
so
like,
bad.
I just don't get how a company that makes something like this and
makes Top Thrill 2.
It made Top Thrill 2 as well. I mean, they seriously, Zamperla, no knocking them. You know, they do some good flat rides for kids, but
cycle's finished, Andy.
They don't have to make some weird stuff. Zamperla, like, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
Like, the Valère is the worst coasters ever made
in the world.
Like,
absolutely. And it's got pretty much, I mean, similar-ish. It's that lying down position to these.
Yeah.
So, anyway, see you in a minute.
What were they smoking when they built these?
You two alright?
No, it's horrible.
I've no idea why Andy and I just did that. Did you enjoy that, Andy?
No, knock it down and put it in the bin. Get rid of him. Zamperla, what are you thinking? Like, why don't we turn the awful coaster that we make into a flat ride? Like, no, stop it.
It's bad. It's
Stop
really, really bad. What?
I think the two of you should fold yourself into that.
Well, there's no chance that I am fitting my fat backside in that thing. Holy moly. Right, anyway, I think we're going to grab some food now. So you're either going to see us with some food or you're going to see us on another ride if we change our mind. See you there. Right, we decided we're going to do the little train. Well, we're going to wait 5 minutes to see if it turns up because we don't know how long it takes. But there's a bit here that says something new is coming, and from speaking to the others, it has said that for the last 4 years. And well, nothing new's come. So there's probably more chance of something new coming now with the new owners. But right, we'll get on this train when it eventually turns up, and we'll see you on there. Right, we're coming a little train. You can probably see Andy behind me. Well, Carly right behind me and Andy behind me chatting away. Giraffes. There are some giraffes, look. Ta-da! Right, and then there's the birds of paradise, which we never saw, so if there are actually birds. Oh no, there are some birds in there. Although they look like chickens. Are chickens birds of paradise? That's odd. Anyway, see you in a minute. I came into the pizza place. Annoyingly, the chicken pizza, they don't have any. The Coke Zero, they don't have any. So Carly went next door and got Coke Zero. So they had that next door and got some chips. So we're just waiting now. We've got the old buzzer. I think it was 20 quid for the... I got a pizza, Carly got garlic bread. How much was the chips and juice?
11.50 or
11 quid for 2 drinks and chips. So
But I think the juices are free refills.
she thinks they're free refills.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get the food. Tell you what it's like. There we go. Got myself a pizza. And yeah, Carly got the garlic bread, and Andy's complaining about the size of it. It's too big. Right, let's get stuck into this, and I'll see you when I'm finished. Well, I've eaten far too much food now, so gonna do something nice and relaxing and go on the big wheel. I'm pretty sure there should be some decent views up there. So we still got that to do. The Starflyer, the boat behind us, the pirate boat. There's a train. I'm sure there's something. Well, there is a log flume, but I'm probably not going to do it because I don't fancy flying home soggy. There's a wave swinger over there. Like, there's still plenty to do. It is nearly 2 o'clock and the park shuts at 4, so plenty of time because there's not really many queues. So we'll go get on the big wheel, take you up there, and show you the view. Right, we are on the big wheel, and I've got Carly with me, who isn't a fan of these things, but she's come on anyway. Right, up here you can see everything. You can see the Wipeout, the Starflyer. Over there you can see Marble Madness, the log flume, wave swinger, Cannonball Express that is not running, and oh well, you could see over there the new ride that is going to get constructed, an egg-spress. So yeah, cracking view from up the top there. I'll see you when I get back off. This is the first time I've seen a Starflyer like this. There's this kind of weird big bar that comes across with 2 seatbelts, one there, one between my legs, and then a third one down there. They're a little bit snug. Andy and I tried to share. Yeah, that's not happening. So I'm here, and Mr. Rumney's in front of me. Hello. But we'll get up there, and I'll show you the view. Right, we're on our way up. We're maybe about halfway up. And it's bloody freezing up here. I'm not sure if you can hear me because it's probably also a little bit windy. But another great ride to get up high and see around the park, because, well, I say see around the park. You see bits of Wipeout, obviously, and over there towards the sort of kiddie area and stuff. We've still got to do that drop tower over there. But there's a sea lion show in 10-15 minutes. So when we get off this, I think that's where we're heading next. We'll go do the sea lions and then get a couple more rides in before the park shuts at 4. I'll see you on the ground. Alright, one thing Andy was saying earlier is all these new rides that have just been put in temporarily, they've at least put like proper queue lines in, and they've all given them decent signs as well, like got the logos and stuff, and we were saying at least these ones don't look like they're done by AI, unlike some parks. No comment. Right, anyway, let's go over and see the sea lions, and then we've still got the drop tower, the pirate boat, the train, probably not the log flume, and we'll just see how the rest of the day goes. That was actually a lot of fun seeing those the sea lion show. Well, seals and sea lions. Very, very entertaining. Very well done. And now we've come over to the, well, sort of towards the start of the park. They've got the pirate boat and the drop tower. And I didn't do the drop tower last year because it was in bits, but it is running today. So we'll get on this, and then we'll do the drop tower. And I can't remember if there's anything we've missed apart from the log flume, but I'm not doing that today. Oh, there's the wave swinger. We'll get these two out of the way, and then we'll see if there's anything else we're gonna do. Right, we're on the pirate boat, and it's a little bit kind of yeah, a little bit janky. Hey! This seems to be Carly's new favourite thing.
Yeah.
She never used to be a fan of them, but I've managed to get her on multiple in the last few weeks. We need to go Efteling and go to the biggest one! Whee! Right, over there is the drop tower, which I think I've said already, but the last time I was here it was in bits. I just watched it and it kind of holds you up at the top for a little while, so I'll go in there and I'll get a little POV. See you in a minute! Oh! That was a decent drop tower there. I mean, it's just literally up and straight back down again. Hold you up there for a little bit, add a view over the park, and it's pretty intense on the way back down. So there's about 40 minutes left in the park. There's a wave swinger in front of me, which I'll show you, but there's a tree in the way. And then the main train, and there is the log flume, but I don't think we're going to do it. So we're going to go and get on the wave swinger now, and then we'll get on the train. I actually have had a really good day. A massive difference from last year when I was here, because it felt like the park just needed something, and they've only added a couple of rides, but actually feels so much better already, and there's clearly still a lot to do. So right, let's get on the swings, and I'll speak to you when I get back off. Right, we just had a shot there. Well, I had a shot there on the wave swinger. I do like a wave swinger. In fact, it's right there beside me. And now we've come on the big train that we seem to keep missing all day. But we just timed it nicely that when we got off, it was in the station. So we'll have a nice little relaxing run around the track, and then we'll see what the time is and whether we can get any last rides in or not. Right, so we thought we would do Wipeout to end the day, but I don't know if you can see in the camera or not, but the bogey is still up at the top. That needs to be down here to drag it back up. So there's 10 minutes left to the park.
Game over, innit?
I was going to say, if they can get the engineers over here, I don't think they're going to get, unless there's some magic kind of override they can do to release that. Yeah, probably not going to happen, is it? Well, we'll see. That brings my visit to an end, and it has been a really good day. I was saying, you know, I was here last year and it was alright, like it had potential, but I actually really enjoyed it today. Like, they've added a couple extra rides, but the staff are just really friendly. It's just a nice atmosphere here with friends, etc. It's just been a really good day, and I can definitely see that the new owners are starting to fulfill some of that potential. I'm in Paris next week to see the new Disney area Adventure World or whatever it's called, and then I'm back to the UK tour. So make sure you're subscribed, because there is so much coming up on the channel. If you've enjoyed this one, hit that like button. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.